up. We scared her off. That's it.
Oh,
She's out.
that was the quickest
right?
poo break ever.
Ever. All right. Well, welcome to the Light Bars and Lockers podcast, the Jeep podcast, where we talk about badass builds, answer your questions, and sometimes have amazing guests, as is the case tonight. As always, I'm Paul with JeepBeef. We've got Ryan Stu Andrew from Combat Off-Road, and joining us tonight, Hollie Fowler from Mischief Maker / like a few different things. And I forgot. You're HC. Sorry, what?
HCF Motorsports.
There. See, I was so close.
There we go.
HCF
I know.
We spent 10
it's just
minutes
my name.
practicing.
I know, right?
I know.
I only researched this for like a week.
That's my name.
With the
is that right?
Oh,
see, I'll never forget it again. There we go. All right, so
it's okay.
Steph says hello.
I know it's difficult.
Cecil says hey.
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 Chrissy wants to know: are you going to be
straight
at
in there?
Smoky Mountain?
Yeah, that's
right.
It.
Sure
Hard questions
am.
first.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
Well, hello. Yes, I'll be at Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. We have Jeeps to clean for like show and shine clean for the next couple of weeks, which I don't really know that because I don't really normally do that, you know. Being out on the West Coast, you don't get mud anywhere, but over here I've sprayed Mischief Maker down. He doesn't have any carpet inside him, so that's kind of clean, but it needs to shine.
There you go.
So
gotta get that slickness stuff.
Desiree says hi, Hollie.
I thought these guys.
There you go. Chemical guys are pretty. They're pretty sick.
I mean, I wasn't paid to put that up.
Yeah.
They make all kinds of.
They really
stuff.
are good. Yeah.
And they have the craziest other thing. It's like smells like strippers.
Doesn't it? Okay, like it 100% does.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of fun.
So how does that smell, guys? Is that like candy floss kind of smell?
It's kind of like
what are we waiting for here?
A fake,
like
sort of.
You had like 4 rum and cokes, and it smells like
you're trying to cover it up.
Music. You just kind of come back to this weird like feeling of being in a strip bar.
Yeah,
but you're in your own Jeep.
Okay, so it's bizarre that you said that because that's exactly what I thought.
You got a whole bunch of $1 bills in your pocket and you're just driving around.
Maybe we went to the same strippers. I don't know. The old ballet, we call it, right? Aaron says, whoop, whoop, Hollie. Whoop, whoop. All right, let's I've got a billion questions for you. So I hope you're ready in the hot seat. We're going to do it.
All right.
And I think
I'm going to find the stripper spray.
Okay, he's going to find the stripper spray. Because
oh
that's what you do in such instances.
Of course.
Look, is he got? Okay, at least he's got pants on. I'm pretty sure he's got shorts on. Maybe he's got flip flops. We're not sure.
So now I'm understanding why you do the show so late.
Yeah, because
it's so popular. It's like sold out of the store. There's none in my store.
Oh, see, because it smells so good.
That says it all.
We got, the ladies down the street at the old ballet. They're coming in to stock up on their stripper juice.
They could. Stripper juice and stripper spray is different, Paul.
Completely different.
That is one. Yeah, stripper spray to
either
cover the stripper juice. Is that how that
goes? This is still PG, man.
Wow.
What do you mean? It's almost 9:00. We are good to go.
All right, no kids are watching this. Good.
All right. So let's start with this, Hollie. For people tuning in who may not have, seen you out on the old social web or in person or on YouTube or what have you, give us a 20,000 foot view about yourself and HCF Motorsports. Yeah, I remembered. Tell us a little bit. I'm going to ask questions of backstory and what have you after because I've heard rumors and I need validation. But give us that 10,000 foot view.
20,000.
20,000. Well, we went down. Okay, we got a little closer.
Very quickly, in a nutshell, 2019. Well, 10 years ago, I moved here from Scotland. 2017, I bought Mischief Maker, who was known as Rodrigo, for a good 9 months.
Really?
Oh yeah. He was not Mischief Maker. That took me 9 months to come up with. So bottom stock. and built them up at the beginning of 2019. And then since 2019, I've been on the road ever since. We sold our house in Long Island, and we have been everywhere all the time. That was our goal. Be seen everywhere across the country, at big events to begin with, and then a lot of off-road parks. And here we are today. That's pretty much it. Like, that's the awesome. Very shortened story. I did start a group very earlier on called Women Wheelers, and then it just kind of branched off and kind of created my own little company, I would say, HCF Motorsports. And it's really just an umbrella for everything, like all the vehicles that we're going to be building and what we're doing. Right. So yeah, that's pretty much about it.
I love how the quick name was Rodrigo. I got to think of a quick name just to name my Jeep. Rodrigo, right? That's the one popped in my head first.
Do you think you'd have the same level of success if it was Rodrigo?
No. No one would be buying a
lining up to see Rodrigo.
No.
Well, maybe the Latinos might like it.
That's hilarious.
I mean, that's true. That's true. Right? But Mischief Maker just has, like, because it was the Chief edition that we got in 2017, clever. Wanted that in, kind of incorporated into the name. So some of the names we came up with, I don't even remember, but they were terrible, but this one kind of stuck. So
no, I think with Chief in there, I think it's super clever.
I really like it. Like, the more you think about it, I thought it was a really clever name after you think about it for, I thought it was done well for sure.
How long did you think about it?
Like at least months.
6 months?
It took it. Oh my gosh, you guys saying about is hilarious to me.
Oh,
listen. You can't say anything from Scotland, okay? Come on.
Yeah, you say a boot, don't you?
We do say a boot.
Yeah,
yes.
Hopefully you got two of them.
Can I tell you on a complete side note? I saw the funniest thing ever. This lady from Scotland's trying to talk to her Alexa, and it's just not picking it up. And the swearing, and she must have been like 85 years old, and the swearing coming out of her mouth was beautiful. It was so funny. Oh my God. It was cow, and like, I can do the accent obviously, but hilarious.
That was the worst
no, I didn't even attempt.
Oh, okay, good. I was like, geez, you're messing up.
No. Yeah, I've been practicing all week. All right, totally separate sidebar. Cecil wants to know, he's had his stitching come loose on his back seat. What's the best way to repair it?
Whoa.
We're going right into the whole, like,
dude,
he saw that you were cleaning Jeeps and thought, you know what, I just want to know questions about, like,
honestly, gotta find
detailing
to do that.
Is that really a question for me? I don't
know. It's just, I think it's probably generic. Maybe he's asking
what kind of seats do you have? Maybe you can take the seat covers off and send them back and get them restitched, or take them to a sewing shop and get them restitched. I don't know.
Maybe just get a whole new
duct
seat.
Tape.
Just get rid of it.
The handyman's secret weapon.
This is your
maybe it's time for a new one.
Right. Buy like a fun PRP seat or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly.
Maybe it's time.
So
sounds like it. The gods are calling.
I heard that before the whole off-road Jeep, motorsports, were you a professional opera singer?
Yeah, I was.
That is
really
amazing, because I need to know the jump between that to off-roading, because it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So from like the age of 7, believe it or not, kind of professionally singing, came over here at 26 and found my husband of 10 years and best friend. And there's a lot of traveling involved in singing. And I was doing a lot of work in Europe, and I just didn't want to, like, not be with Walter, to be honest with you. So decided to stay, went into retail management and real estate. And we had a Jeep Grand Cherokee and no family. So I was like, oh, okay. And I don't want a mom car. I'd like something cool. Like, you have your truck that you want. I think I would like a Jeep Wrangler, and yeah, it just kind of started going off road. Not immediately, because I had no idea that any of this even existed. Until the end of 2017, went to an off-road class in upstate New York. I know some people are going to get really upset that I call it upstate New York, but we're going to call it upstate New York. And yeah, and then it was every weekend we were at Roush, and we just learned more and more, and I loved it more and more, and wanted to do the harder things, and then it's kind of left off from there. So it's very crazy. I'll go back home and people don't recognize who I am because I'm like wearing a hat, which I would never have done, like jeans and like sneakers, which are trainers to us. And they're like, oh no, we don't wear trainers. You know, it's just, I'm a completely different person now, but I'm way happier doing this than, I mean, I love singing, and it's always something I'll always have. So if if I'm older and I want to get back into it, it's probably a good age to get back into it, because a lot of opera singers really don't get to where they're supposed to be until like their mid-40s. So
historically, right? Yeah.
But do you practice? Like, do you keep it up a little bit here and there, or is that something you have to do, or you can just bring it on whenever you want? It doesn't matter.
You just randomly
you definitely. It's a little bit like seat time over everything. Right. You definitely have to practice to get back up there. Like, my breathing is just abominable. It's terrible. I can barely get through like half a phrase. But I'm starting to sing a little more in videos on Mischief Maker TV. So.
Is that right?
I think I'm gonna bring it back just a little. I've been singing like really stupid stuff, going through the forest and singing about it raining and stuff. But
cool.
People seem to enjoy it, so I'll just do like a little snippet here and there, I think.
That is cool.
That's an amazing like transition, right?
Yeah.
Like different content, like different everything different, like just a wild amazing. That's just amazing. Just to you're just like I'm just gonna punch this ticket and go, right? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, even just like a story, like it's great. Like because most people I find in the industry, right? I mean, by and large, grew up in it, right? Like either they did it with their dad, like their family.
Yeah, exactly. But it's the last time I went home, I tried to describe to a number of friends and family what I did. I showed them videos, and they walked away with me giving driving lessons in a big blue car, and I was like, dude, like I give me a drink now. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I tried 45 minutes of trying, and that's what we got. So,
and you had like audio visual aids, you know what I mean? Like you had
I know.
They're like, so you don't sing anymore?
You don't.
Weird.
You don't sing. Yeah.
So
funny.
and because it's now, and I have no idea in terms of like Jeeps and what have you, but typically in Europe the vehicles are much smaller, right? I don't know if it's the case in Scotland, but in Europe in particular, right? So because I know my family's from Holland, and I had family come here, and I picked them up in a minivan, right? Because I rented one to pick them up in. And they're like, this is the biggest thing I've ever seen. Like, what is this?
Is this a limo?
Right? Yeah. Everything's so big here. Like, it takes us an hour to drive up a street. And they're like, wow, it's so big. We'd be in a different country at home.
Yeah.
And so I imagine it would be a hard stretch, right? I mean, for them to really grasp it, I could totally see
really, really don't get it. I guess when my sister finally comes over here, she's just had her second child, so it won't be for a little bit, but when they finally get over to the West Coast where we'll be, she's like, just their minds are going to be blown. Everything is so much smaller. Like, I feel like I'm sitting on half the person when I sit in the passenger seat. And I'm just like, where do we put things? Like, water bottles? No. There's no. Put it on the floor.
That's crazy.
But, yeah,
that's awesome. No, that's it's great. It's such a good story though. It's like and I think it's good in that it gives people hope, perhaps, that haven't grown up in it. Because even so, myself, when I started, I did a little bit later. I didn't have a background in it. same as you, I bought a Jeep and was like, dude, this is so much fun. It's so
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
And I think it just shows like anybody really with any background, it's a great community.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that can help you out. And, you know, if you really want to make something of it,
100%.
call Hollie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you wouldn't even imagine how many like people write to me a day asking, you know,
oh, wow.
I want to build something like this, but I don't know how to do it. How do I go about it? And you just trying to, you know, if anyone shows an interest, I just want to kind of help them whichever way they want to go. A lot of people are like, we don't want to do your crazy stuff. And I was like, no, I totally get that. But, but yeah, they want to get into the sport, you know, even for weekends. And then I find like as soon as people get like, you know, they go out for one weekend, it's always the people in the community in the off-road world are phenomenal. And, you know, that's where they meet a lot of people and then they start going out every weekend. It's just super cool to see how they're so timid at the beginning and then they're like a year later, they're like, look, we're going to Moab and it's amazing. And it's just super cool. It's really awesome.
Jeep grill tattoo inside their forearm.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah,
it's obligatory, right?
Of course. Yeah, 100%.
So speaking of that, in terms of you know, people approaching you and wheeling with you and what have you, why don't we talk a little bit about the ultimate off-road field trip? Because if somebody does want to wheel with you, they have an opportunity. Yes.
Absolutely. So the ultimate off-road field trip is a phenomenal way to wheel with many of the I would say high YouTubers in the off-road industry. You know, you have Off-Road and Chill, you have Marvin from Flex Rocks Rollovers, you have Bleepin' Jeep, you have Justin Coulter, Psycho Cupcake. You have all these people that are there to spend time with you and wheel with you. And it's just phenomenal. You just have that one-on-one time with people. And the great thing about this this series, I'm going to call it a series, is that the groups are smaller. So you have that time to have one-on-one time with people. You know, we've been trying to make it so that each trail has a maximum of 10 rigs on there. So it's been a little smaller. Although Windrock was a different animal in itself. There were so many people there, but we still managed to keep the groups small. And, you know, it's just very different because, I mean, I've done Trail Hero, I've done, you know, different other events where everyone's kind of piled on, you know, there's like 35 to 50 Jeeps and I'm leading. And by the time I'm off a trail, people are still just getting on, you know, so it's
wild.
So, I mean, again, like everyone always has a good time. Normally I try and pull off to the side. I'll have, you know, if there's room to park somewhere and then kind of walk back and see other people. But the other great thing is that sometimes we kind of team up with one another. So Chuck and Mason Converse and I teamed up a couple of times. It's super cool because then those people have double the amount of people and we can help, you know, we kind of switch out where we are in the group and it's awesome. So our last one, I believe, is sold out. That's going to be in Texas, in Mason, Texas at Wolf Caves, which is like hands down one of my favorite places to wheel. Love those guys there. They're incredible. And I believe there's going to be, the series is just going to grow next year, which is going to be awesome. I think there's going to be sort of a West Coast, East Coast, like along the way, because a lot of it was over this way. So, but yeah, it's a fantastic place. It's full catering. So you have dinners and breakfast. The only thing you have to take is lunch. But honestly, by the time you've had your breakfast and we leave and then we come back, you snack. A snack is great. You know, you don't need to fill up.
Some trail snacks or something, right? Just throw a bag of something in there. Yeah,
absolutely. And what's also great is that we have recovery teams. So we actually pay recovery people who know the parks or the area so that if, you know, someone breaks down on my group, we're not all there all the time.
Forever.
Just call them out. They come, they take them out, they fix them. If they can fix them and come back to the group, that's what they do. And if not, they're there. We come back, we eat, and we normally fix whatever everyone's broken. We fix after dinner together, and then the next day starts. It's a really cool experience. Yeah.
That's
really
super
awesome.
smart.
Yeah, I really like the recovery group.
I was just gonna say, because
everyone doesn't waste the whole day, right? You know.
Yeah, our experience has been someone breaks, and then it's like you're hanging out, and then someone else breaks, and then it's like,
and it's it's fine. Like most people are fine with that, but I think if you're paying for something, if you're paying for an experience, like you don't want to be sat there for 6 hours while someone figures out, or everyone figures out how to get them off the trail or fix them. So you know,
well, that's awesome. I never, that's a great idea.
That is super good idea. So the last time you were at Windrock, was that when it was raining and it was pretty slick?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I just happened to see the video, right? The YouTube video, which it looked pretty. Oh, I know historically or notoriously, Windrock is pretty treacherous when it's slippery, when it's raining.
It is, but it's also like the most fun when it's like that, to be quite honest with you. Like just the rain completely coming down, you can barely see where you're going. I don't know. I personally like wheeling better at Windrock in the rain.
It's like home for you. That's fine.
Yeah, it does remind me of home for sure. Right? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, that's it's awesome. Have you guys been to Windrock?
I haven't. I was gonna think about going. I was thinking about going while we were down there, because we're gonna stay after Great Smoky Mountain. We're gonna stay down because we're gonna do sheriffs after, right? So we're gonna be in the area. We're gonna visit some like bricks and mortar stores for combat, just kind of chat it up. But then we were thinking about maybe going for 4-wheeling if we can, or something like that. Or so we were thinking about hitting it up while we were down that way.
Heck yeah, we'll be there for the week after. I know Bleeping Jeep has his fan run there on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Warren Industries are having a run Sunday, Monday. So we'll be there the entire week. So definitely give me a holler if you're going to be there.
We'll do, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Aaron says,
we're going to give you the Windrock experience.
Yeah, hopefully my little Jeep survives.
Your little Jeep.
Listen, Chris Miller, who runs the Ultimate Off-Road Field Trip, had his little Samurai there. You'll be fine.
Well, they're so light. They just buzz around. They're like a little mosquito.
They really do. He did everything. It was insane to watch. It was really cool.
Pretty awesome. But you still have the stock engine in Mischief Maker, right?
I do. Yeah. Absolutely.
So Ryan, you have the same engine, so you should be good.
Yeah, I have a
yours
new
is like
engine.
new, right?
I blew mine up a little while ago. We put a new one in, so we got a brand new one.
Wait, but what kind? Just the same?
Yeah, same old shitter. Yeah, we got a warranty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same old shitter.
Okay.
We put a Diablo Sport PCM in it just to give it a little more jam, but that's about it. Did you supercharge it or no? Did you supercharge your Jeep, or is it just stock?
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh no, supercharger. No.
No, just
absolutely not.
No, absolutely not. You don't want a supercharger? You're totally against it?
No. Every single person who I know who's supercharged their Jeep or their JK has had problems.
Right.
I'm good.
Just leave it be.
I'm good. Well, he crawls. He does exactly what he does. The gearing is right. So, you know. And everyone's always like, oh, that 3.6 has to be almost gone. Where are you going to put it in next? And I'm like, a 3.6 again. I get so upset as well. I'm like, I don't
you
need
ruined
more
their
power.
day.
More power is more problems with Mischief Maker. He's just like, he's perfect, you know?
There you go.
What are you running, 40s or 40 or bigger?
43s for sure.
40,
right?
No,
I only know because
40. Oh
46?
no, sir. I'm on 42s.
42s. Okay.
I'm on the BFG red labels. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. See, the reason I thought 43s is because, life's a breeze on 43s, right?
43s. I know. I started that as well.
Yes, I know. That's
which
why
is super cool.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. But also, like, I'm 42s.
Now you got to come up with something else.
Yeah.
Life is.
You cannot lose with 42s.
There you go.
See, very good. That's
I know.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Great. It's like a radio jingle.
Right? You got Mischief Maker in there. Like, you've got some good seat time over everything's
Over
amazing.
everything.
That's a great one. That's a good one too. I like it.
Heck yeah.
So you mentioned the Trail Hero. How does that all fit in? Like, how are you? I imagine most people listening know what Trail Hero is, but how do you attend? Are you part of the committee, if you will, or how does that?
Committee. That's official.
The committee.
That sounds very official. Last year I was so you can volunteer to be a trail guide. And normally I would do that. I've done that the past couple of years. But this year coming, just with the way the whole year has been, my focus has been on really the giveaway Jeep with Tread Lightly, which I'm sure we'll head on to after this. But I just once we get to Trail Hero, because we're going to be going to the Off-Road Expo in Pomona in California 2 days before Trail Hero starts. I will be doing a couple of rides with BFG, and I'll be doing the events with them and other events that are happening, and the Trail Breaker event, which is all the moon buggies doing all the crazy stuff in between cones and going up cracks that look like nothing could ever go up there.
Dude, that stuff's so
somehow
crazy,
do it,
right?
Yeah, it's wild. So I'll be doing a lot of stuff with them, and it will be actually the place where the giveaway Jeep is going to be raffled off. So my priorities this year are a little more towards that. So, but yeah, you can sign up if you Trail Hero have a website, and you just go on there and you sign up for trails, and there's different packages, and there's a lot of stuff going on. You don't only have trails, you have movie nights on like the big flat rocks in Utah.
Oh, wow.
It's really cool.
That's
you could
cool.
You do a trail and you go up to the top, and then there's movie night. There's a bunch of country singer concerts going on this year. I mean, Rich Klein, who runs the whole thing, he like each year just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's probably, I would probably say, the biggest event on the West Coast like that.
Wow.
So
that is insane.
I didn't know about the movie nights and all that. That sounds really, like a really good experience. Wow.
Yeah, there's something for everyone there. There's also like, it's right on a lake, so you drive into the park and you have a lake on the left, which a lot of guys with families, or if they don't, kids and wives or girlfriends don't want to participate because it's not their thing, they kind of can go there, set up a tent, be at the water, have barbecues, do whatever on that side, and you can literally see your partner or whoever like climbing up on rocks and mountains, like all the way over there. So that's why it's such a unique place, I think, Sand Hollow, is that there's something for everyone, and you can go on the lake on a boat or jet ski or paddle boarding or any of that. So and there's a cafe there as well. It's really well thought out, that park.
That's pretty amazing.
That's pretty neat for sure.
Yeah.
Vince says, what's up, Holly? See you at Wolf Caves.
Why can't you say hi to everyone else?
Yeah, what the heck?
What are we?
Come on, guys, rude.
Just whatever. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I thought we were kind of friends. I thought we were working on that relationship.
Right?
Wow.
Come on.
Sorry, guys.
That's it.
It's a little awkward in here now.
Yeah. We have a drink from the back bar there. Jeez.
Jeez.
I know. Right. I should.
You should. I would. I got nothing. I can drink. All I got here is like more of these, like chemical guys. That's the only liquid left.
You have a couple drinks, and the cops will think you smell like a strip joint.
This is Super Sud shampoo.
Mr. Pink.
I was going to say that doesn't look like.
That stuff's pretty awesome.
It looks like it'd be fun to drink it. It would probably taste horrible.
Probably terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it back on the shelf. Forget about it.
It works well though. Yeah, pretty awesome. So I'm curious, and this is just my own curiosity with HCF Motorsports. So you do, or you, I think work with. I don't know. This is my question.
Ask the question,
with,
Paul.
Fancy Bee, right?
Yes.
So
is there a question? Are we just throwing names out?
No,
I don't know what that was.
No. I didn't. I didn't.
True or
get there
false,
yet.
Paul?
True or false? Well, because I forget the name of his company too, because it has something to do with.
It's Hepta Manufacturing.
Thank you very much.
That's the bumpers.
So with Hepta and HCF Motorsports, is there? Do you all like? How does that? Do you work together? I really like his products. On social media. I know he's with Trail Hero as well. I don't know if you all had some sort of business relationship or work together with Trail Hero, or you guys are even friends, or don't. I have no idea. I'm just curious,
so we're just friends, and he has a company
obviously
building products like that, but we're not nothing. I think a lot of people have asked that question because my old bumpers had HCF in them, but he had made that, it was his product. He actually did that for my birthday. So, but those are off and his new ones are on, and it's Hepta Manufacturing. So
I see. Well, and I think also because like HCF and Hepta, and did you all share a tent or something at a some show or something, or no? Maybe I'm making the whole thing up. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Making it up.
I was just I guess I was just more curious if you were making the jump maybe to like going into parts or going down that road at all.
I'll never be a part person. I'm just a person who drives. That's all I do.
What about like a limited edition collaboration, maybe? Like something with a cool color or something like that. I'm just talking for me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I mean, honestly, like it would be cool, but Brian definitely. He has his own stuff going on. He has a lot of new stuff that he's coming up with, so it's super cool.
Right.
But yeah.
No, I was totally curious because I wasn't sure if.
No, that's cool. You are not the first person. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people thought that those parts, because it was his bumper and HCF was in them. They're like, oh, so are you doing HCF parts with Hepta? I'm like,
yeah, that's an easier way of saying what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
You're stumbling around.
I was trying to like tiptoe around it without,
No more beer.
Listen, there's no tiptoeing here.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. We're just going right into it.
You thundered right
exactly.
in. Yeah.
Straight in there. You were dancing around your handbag a little bit there. What's going on here?
100%. Okay. Well, with that said, tell us about Ryan's favorite, the Tread Lightly giveaway.
It's my favorite for sure.
Yeah.
I figure it's your favorite.
Yeah.
Well, that's because he hunted me down.
Oh,
your lights are terrible. You need some combat lights.
That's right. I was like, oh, that's right. See, I'm usually
you were not wrong. So we started this whole build at the beginning of the year and spent what Walter and I would normally take as like time down or time off from like the rest of the year. We spent between Tennessee and Chicago. It always rains in Chicago. I don't understand the weather there. And that's coming from a Scot as well.
I was going to say, geez.
Holy moly. Good on you guys who live there, because I don't get it. But we spent a lot of time between those two places building the giveaway Jeep. And it's we're doing everything for and through Tread Lightly. Just because they do so much for us with our trails, whether it be, off-roading or dirt biking or even, to hiking, and they do so much. So we just wanted to highlight, a lot of people on the West Coast are very well aware of who they are and what they do, but over here on the East Coast, not so much. So it's been pretty cool just taking the Jeep wherever we've been, and highlighting, you know, who they are and how you can win the Jeep. I mean, the raffle tickets are $5 if you want to buy them separately, or you can do it through becoming a member of Tread Lightly for the year, and then you get some kind of crazy amount of raffle tickets with them as well. So there's multiple ways which you can do it, but we only have a couple months left, and then it's going to be given away. I don't know. I'm happy about it, but I'm not happy about it at the same time, because it's the first project like this that we've done, and it was definitely a little more challenging than I thought, but we're ready to do something a little different, and something again with Tread Lightly and Onyx Off-Road, and hopefully you guys as well.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, it's been really cool, and every Ultimate Off-Road field trip, or every stop that we've been at, the companies who have been involved have been invited out. They can use the vehicle, get content, whatever they want. So it's been really cool. We've had a couple of people drive it on the trails, like Dave from TikTok at Windrock.
He was having a good time.
He was having a good time. He was a little nervous on Trail 15. Trail 15 is kind of an iconic trail. And when it's wet, I mean, you could spin your tires for 45 minutes, not move 1 inch in any direction. You just spin those tires and just hope that something will, like, you know, pick you up and get you on your way. But he was a little nervous there, and I stopped him and I yelled at him, and I just, don't be nervous, drive it like you don't own it. Whoa, those words fell out, and then all of a sudden he was like having a whale of a time. But and a lot of people have had a problem, I guess, with the Jeep being wheeled, but this isn't a bolt-on job. We didn't, you know, just take parts and get it done in a week. This whole thing is custom. The cage, the axles, everything is custom in there. We have RPM steering, and that was one of their first kits. So, you know, we're doing all the hard work for whoever's going to win this, because once they get it, they shouldn't have, I mean, Jeeps always have problems, so I'm not going to say they don't have problems, but we're definitely going to have, you know, put it through its paces, and we're fixing things along the way, or changing things that don't seem right or whatever, and hopefully the new owner will love it, you know.
Right.
So,
and how do you complain for $5 no matter what?
I mean, there are people out there, man.
It's crazy.
Or I'm just like, or just don't be part of it, you know.
Don't buy a ticket.
This Jeep is, you know, I kind of did want to build a close-ish version to Mischief Maker. So we did take those back seats out. It is a 2-seater, which, you know, takes some people out of, you know, the running if they have a family and they, you know, but, you know, it's I feel like this is like the first giveaway that's been built up and totally custom. So
well, it's fun that you see it getting used too, right? Like, I mean, I think it's a neat experience, right? And kind of just a nice journey to follow, right? It's one thing to just see a Jeep that got built up and it's all shiny, it's just sitting static, right? And then another thing is neat to just see it, like, you know, conquer obstacles and you know, like Abe was saying, it's gonna get a good going over before someone takes delivery of it anyway. So
absolutely, So also, if whoever wins the Jeep, you know, doesn't have a truck and trailer or anything like that, there is kind of a small fund set aside so that we can get the Jeep delivered to whoever has won it as well. But we're going to try our hardest to have the winner come out so that we can, you know, we can go out in Sand Hollow. It's the perfect place for that build to be, and go out, you know, with the new owner for the first time. So
I think that's kind of should be a stipulation for the winner,
right?
Like
What,
you have to
sure,
you had to come and participate in this like 1 day at minimum like trail run with, you know, just to get really cool content and, you know, just to kind of experience it, just in case the someone that wins it doesn't even know how to drive it, which is totally possible, right?
That is 100% possible, and everyone who I've talked to about it is like, you know, the person who wins this Jeep will have never been off-road in their life before, or, you know, I'm like, but, you know, they might want to pass it on to their grandchild, or they might know someone who would, you know, you just, you never know. So
that's fun. I'm kind of excited to see that. Like, I'm kind of excited to see who wins. And, you know, like as much as it'd be cool if like I won the Jeep, but it'd be even cooler to like see somebody who like just was so excited about the sport and they couldn't get into it, but then bought a ticket and won it and then got to experience like using it with you guys, right? Like everyone's there kind of thing. I think that'd be just one of those things that's even cooler than winning the Jeep, you know what I mean, in that sense. So yeah,
absolutely. And we've had so many people work on it as well who are, you know, they're very well known in the industry, like Ian Johnson, you know, working with him on it at his shop, you know, making custom brackets and figuring out where the suspension should be in the rear. And, you know, it was just, it's like a one in a lifetime kind of thing. It was really, really cool. And then obviously Abe being there also and doing his magic on the cage and the axle. I mean, we've had Matt from Matt's Off-Road Recovery. We've had Chris Miller. We've had George's. We've had, you know, we've had a lot of people kind of be part of it, and which kind of makes it, you know, kind of a little bit more special as well, which is cool.
Should get them all to sign it somewhere.
I was just thinking that'd be cool.
We were going to have them sign it underneath the hood. So
yeah, that'd be cool.
That will probably happen, I'm guessing, in between now and Trail Hero, definitely.
Nice.
That's cool.
So,
yeah, no, I think that's cool too, that it's like meant to be used. Like take it and wheel it, to your point earlier about like you're not just bolting shit on it to make it look shiny and like, hey, you know, we've got some, like, no offense to any companies, but, you know, like some NFAB, you know, rock sliders.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. You know that's the thing.
No, nothing wrong with it. No.
Giveaway.
That's what I mean. It's like unique. It's just unique, right?
Yeah,
in that, like, hopefully whoever wins it looks back at whether it's media footage or what have you, is like, hey, like this thing is built for me to take it out, and instead of like baby it and clean it and whatever, which is totally like legit. Like if I was to win a very expensive vehicle, even if it is something that's meant to be taken off road, you know, just human nature, you want to take care of it, right? Like,
of course.
You know, you don't want to scratch it and stuff. But for this to be purpose built for taking it out to the trails and ripping it up and what have you, I think it's just cool. It's just different.
You got to tread lightly, Paul. That's all.
That's right.
You can't
just rip. You can't
ripping it up on the trails, not ripping the trails up.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
We got that.
I want to make sure we're clear.
Yeah, Desiree.
I was like, oh, Paul's ruining it.
Yeah, no, ripping it up on the trail. No, of course, tread lightly, man. Of course, that's the mantra, right? I actually, it's funny because I saw some pushback in the tread lightly sort of, I guess on their social media, where they say, you know, you can win the Jeep, and then a lot of people are like, hey, but you know, you're supposed to be tread lightly, and you know, it's the gas and all this, but when you look at it though, I mean, they brought up some valid points, like, you know, the amount that they do to give back to the community, the idea that people who follow the tread lightly sort of mantra or what have you really do take care of the trails, you know, and there
100%.
is a place for the for this sport where people can do it and really take care of nature at the same time. I mean, it's not
absolutely. You know, there are parks like, you know, Windrock or AOP that are built more, you know, you can tread lightly to a point, but those parks are built so that, you know, it's
a challenge,
not gonna hurt the environment as much as everyone thinks, because a lot of people, you know, do see, especially on Windrock or AOP videos, you know, the tires are just going and that's terrible, and I'm like, all that's there is it's just wet with like a layer of mud. It's just mud, that's it. Like you're not doing anything to it, nothing is moving, you know.
Right.
So
well, I always had the perception of tread lightly in my mind was like if there's a trail. So really, I mean, you're on the trail, but just stay on the trail, right? So in that sense, versus like
don't
if you gotta
don't go off
and make
like over
right.
bushes or anything like
Make
that.
your
If you
own
see
trail,
trash
right?
on the trails, like pick it up and
Yes.
shove it in the back of your vehicle.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
we always do that when we're out. We always, I mean, it
Pick up
doesn't matter
extra
where
trash.
you are, but you
Right.
pick up trash, you know.
That's the thing I never understand. You're driving a vehicle. Like, how is it you throw your
I don't have room
trash
for
out the
my
window?
lunch
Like,
bag and my pop can
right?
and all that.
If
So
you don't have
stupid.
room, I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I will say there
are
are so the overlanding people are very aware of that, right? So they're like anywhere where you can overland is normally super beautiful, untouched. People really, you know, take care of that. But some of the and BLM land, same. Some of the privately owned parks, it's just a little different because you have like everyone there and everyone's there to have a good time. Although I will say most of the parks now do cooler checks. So if you have any alcohol or beers or stuff like that, because it's normally like crushed cans everywhere, that you end up picking up, but they'll be like, you can leave your cooler here or you can just pour it out. Like they're very strict on that. But I will say this year, having been to some of the parks that I haven't been in a couple of years, have like really cleaned their act up. It's pretty cool to see actually, compared to a couple of years ago where it was just like, oh, everyone comes here to have a good time, and they just, you know, they have a vehicle, they can't just put it in the back because they just throw it out the window. But
so crazy.
It is insane.
Yeah, it's wild, but I feel like it's getting better. So I think just with Tread Lightly has definitely kind of upped their game with regards to being seen and heard a little more. And I know many people on this coast now who run Tread Lightly, you know, weekends, like let's go out and we'll, you know, we'll like have a good time, but we're going to do it. Yeah, exactly. And there's been like burnt side-by-sides, tires, like everything. So, but it's pretty cool. It's very cool what they do. And
who left their side-by-side out there?
I have no idea. It was Marvin with Flex Rocks Rollovers who drug that out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, so
crazy.
You would be surprised with the amount of weird stuff that's just left. But
yeah, it's probably an insurance job.
Well, I think. Sorry, just a transition. I was thinking. We mentioned a few minutes ago about you know, just the footage and what have you that you get when you're out on your, whether it's off-roading or whether it's for the field trip or whatever the case may be, a trail hero. Let's talk about Mischief Maker TV real quick.
Mischief Maker TV. What a channel, guys. What a channel. I'm just joking.
Well, first of all, what is it and where do people find it?
So Mischief Maker TV is on YouTube. Literally the name Mischief Maker TV. And I started it a good couple of years ago, honestly, just to film what we were doing, to put it up there so that like friends and family could kind of just see what we were doing. Taking it a lot more seriously this year, which has been pretty awesome. And collaboration is the key, people. If you would like to know, like, a lot of people are like, why, how did you jump from like 15,000 to 60 whatever thousand now subscribers? And I'm like, it's collaborating with people, you know. If you all help one another, there's room for everyone. So you know, Matt's Off-Road Recovery, massive channel. Robbie Layton, massive channel. And you know, they're like, oh, come on a trip with us. Can you help us with a recovery? You know, and it's just the more you're seen on different people's channels, they'll come check you out. And then that's kind of it. And Matt would be so nice right now. I'd be like, well, you've given us some subscribers. And I'd be like, oh, that's so cool. But, you know, everyone who watches him doesn't necessarily like, well, they don't know who I am. I'm going to kind of a strange-ish category, being in the off-road, category. A lot of people look at it and they're like, crazy people. No, it's not my cup of tea, but
yeah,
right. But so yeah, everything that we do, I try and get a video out at the moment every second day, if not third. We're falling a little behind this week just because I ended up doing something last weekend that kind of threw me off a little bit. But and it's everything from, going out and wheeling, maintenance, catching up with us, what's going on with the giveaway Jeep, where are we, why are we there, sort of thing, and people and friends with projects. We might like film one of those or walk around. So it's a little bit of everything. You're literally following us as we go on with our day-to-day lives, basically, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that's sweet.
That's cool. Do you do like full length videos, or do you do shorts, or do you do shorts that promote the full length? And this is just, again, curiosity.
So I started doing shorts. A lot of my subscribers really don't like, they get kind of angry when I post them, which I totally get. It's not for everyone.
What do you mean?
Really? Is that right?
What angers
I
them?
love shorts.
It's just like it's the concept. So every social media platform is completely different these days, right? So Instagram completely different to Facebook, completely different to TikTok. The demographic is so different on every one of them. So TikTok is more of like the younger people. You kind of got to be like,
where the cool kids hang.
You gotta say like cool slang.
I don't even go there, man.
I don't know about that. I'm trying, but I feel like everyone's like, "Oh, that's so cute. This old woman's trying." You know what I mean? I'm
That's
like,
exactly the way I feel when I go there. It's like, this old guy.
And Facebook is more kind of the older generation that started on there and keep up with their family and all of this. An easy place to do that, right? Instagram, I feel, is I don't know. Instagram's a funny one. Instagram's my favorite one to go to, though. Between reels, it's kind of like, it's not for the young ones, but it's also not. It's kind of right in the middle, I feel.
Right.
Which is funny. And then YouTube is across the board, but I guess a lot of the people who watch my videos just, I'll still post a short now and then. I did want to pick that up a little more, but when you're making, all of these different things for these different platforms, it's just hard. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's hard to keep. It's hard to keep up with. And then you're filming for YouTube and you're editing for YouTube, and then 9 times out of 10, like when we're traveling, like trying to get it uploaded, it's like
I feel like people don't understand
the effort,
how much work goes into social media, and especially if you're on multiple channels, and especially if you're on YouTube. YouTube is by far the most difficult because a 5-minute video takes hours to put together.
Yes, it does. And it's funny. So a lot of people see what we put out on, on the internet, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, your life is so incredible and amazing. You're living the dream." And you're like, "Okay, but you have a 9-to-5 job. And once you leave your job at 5 o'clock, you don't think that's it. You're done." Doing what we do and being on the road and just what we've chosen to do, which to me isn't really a job because I love it so much, but it's 24/7,
right?
Like you're never switched off. I've never had like a weekend where I'm like, "Oh, it's gonna be such a cool weekend.
You're just gonna chill and watch TV."
No, it's like, okay, what content can I get today? Like, what are we doing? How can we make
a
story out of this? It's a lot, and that's just a little part of it. Then you have the whole travel schedule where you're traveling on a Wednesday to get somewhere Wednesday night or Thursday, and then you're wheeling where you have an event, and if you're wheeling, if you break something, you have to have the parts ready at you Tuesday so that you can fix it Tuesday or Wednesday to be back on the road. It's like and that's a truck, a trailer, and 2 Jeeps this summer. So it's everything. You're just on all the time. Like it never ends. Like it never stops. But again, like we've chosen to do this, and I absolutely freaking love it. So
yeah, which is great, right? No, absolutely. But
it shows too, right? It shows in all the videos and the posts and the pictures. You know, it's genuine. You can tell that, like, hey, she's having a good time and she's putting effort in, and you know, just
for sure.
It looks the part, right? It's not like, oh my god, I gotta, you know, it looks like
oh, I gotta do this and I gotta. No, it's like, oh well, I broke something else, so let's fix it, or you know. So
that's good.
But yeah.
And I imagine people often think that you have somebody for that. Like, oh well, you've got, you know, media people that'll do all that stuff.
People are like, well, it's fine. You don't need to. You just film, and then someone else makes it, and then
see you later.
Like, oh, that would be amazing. I'm not at that level yet. Hope so. I mean, hopefully in the future at some point, you know, Robbie has his brother who does his videos, and Matt has his videographers and his guys that go off and do their thing, and you know, a couple of the other channels. But there are a couple of us that just do it all, and you know, it's hard, but everything worth doing in this life, believe it or not, is hard. It's not easy, or else everyone would do it. You know?
Right, exactly. Yeah, it'd just be everyone, and it'd be all vanilla, and it wouldn't even matter.
Yeah. You know? I will say though, it's incredible how good the content is by everyone these days. Like somebody can just go, like tomorrow, go, you know what? I'm gonna buy a Jeep. I'm gonna figure it out. And 6 months from now, they're gonna be the next Instagram star. You know what I mean? Like they can just grab their phone, put it together, and it's incredible.
Yeah, you don't have to have like a whole crew. Like if you want to put the effort in, and the tools are there, right?
If you want to do it, you'll get it done.
Absolutely, right. But at the same time, it's that much scarier for people like that, you know, that have been doing it, because that's why I assume you can't get a weekend off, because you have to keep at it, because you know what I mean?
Well,
like
it's consistency.
You can't stop. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's like everything. If you want something to grow and you want something to always move forward, it's consistency. I am the most inconsistent person I know on the planet.
Is that right?
And it kills me that I have to be consistent with everything. But it honestly, that is the key to success. And a lot of people nowadays are, you know, I think ever since kind of being locked up for however many months, you know, they're like, oh, we want to now enjoy the outdoors. So they're kind of looking for outdoor recreational things to do. And they're like, oh, well, we want to start a YouTube channel. I always say, I'm just going to say this, but a lot of people are like, well, we can't do it because we don't have this. And we don't, no, you need this with this and go. Like that's it. That's all you need. And if you really enjoy it, then like a year into it, like look into more stuff if you really want to, or if you need it or whatever. But like get out and do it. And the hardest thing about kind of doing full social media platform, or whatever you like to call it, social media person, content creator, whatever you want to call it, is you just can't. If you want to be successful, you can't listen to everything that everyone says, because there are so many negative people out there. You just got to be like, that's cool. Thank you for watching. You know, that's awesome. Thank you for your opinion. Whatever. You know, it's. I know a couple of people who have started channels who are really, really bothered by what people say online, and I'm like, you don't know them, and it doesn't matter. You know,
they don't matter. They don't matter at all. Right.
Yeah. It's an interaction. You know,
that's the way you got to look at it, right? It's the Gary Vee thing. I don't know if you follow, but just, you know, the idea of like, it says more about the person that's making the comment than it does about you.
But in the story of your life, and you look at the credits, the people that give you negative comments, that's like taxi driver number 8. That motherfucker, he barely made the credit roll. Fuck that guy. You know what I mean? It's fucking guy walking dog number 6. That's who that fucker is.
But no, I'm just responding to everyone on Instagram. All right, thanks, taxi driver number 8. People won't get it, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
No. As long as you're focused on what you're doing and you love what you do, then you know what? Who cares?
Yeah. For the longest time, I couldn't handle it on social. I still still will try to spend the least amount of time on social. It's like do what I need to do, out, because it's just so negative. But in the last, I would say for the last quite some time now, I'm embracing the negativity in that I know it just feeds the algorithm, right? So it's like, hey, you guys, just like we said at the beginning of the show, you guys want to fight in the comments? Do it. Like, let's go. Like, you know, I want to see something break out and then videotape it and send it to us, and we'll use it and we'll put it online. So that's it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, with that said, where, Hollie, is the best place for people to learn more about you and learn more about the number of you know, activities and events and all these crazy things that you have going on in your life? Where can they find you?
So you can find everything on MischiefMaker.info. That's going to come up with our schedule, the website, everything for the giveaway Jeep, Amazon storefront, which is where I keep like a lot of the stuff that I have on the Jeep or accessories or stuff. I kind of put them in there. So, you know, people are like, oh, where do you get that mount from? I'm like, on Amazon, it's right there. So yeah, it just makes it easier instead of like writing everything out all the time. But
yeah, and I keep answering the same questions.
Yeah, you can find everything there. And I know we're just into August, but we are already working on next year's schedule, and that will be at the end of November.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Can you believe
crazy.
that?
I thought you were going to say about Christmas, but yeah, that's even more forward thinking. Like,
yeah, 100%. 100%. And there's a lot of really cool, exciting, different stuff heading your way from us. So we're very excited. We're I don't know how we're doing this, but we're stepping things up yet again. So
there you go.
Wow.
Jeez, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's insane for sure. And real quick, I think we should say it, the Tread Lightly giveaway is open to American citizens only, correct?
It is. I'm sorry, Canada.
Okay.
Sorry.
If you have a U.S. address or a friend with a U.S. address, buy a ticket in their name.
Heck yeah.
There you go.
Do that.
Or just go to Shipley. Is it Shipsy? And you just create your own little U.S. address, and
they'll put it in they'll stick it in a UPS box for you.
You'll get taxed on it, no question. Like everything else, you'll get taxed on it.
That's okay.
That's life.
You'll get taxed when it shows up. You'll get taxed. You know, JT will take his money, but that's okay. That's the way it goes, right? Well, you know what? I gotta say, Hollie, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Really appreciate it. Hopefully, we can have you on again in the future.
Heck yeah! Thank you guys for having me.
Success. We'll see you on Instagram, on YouTube, TikTok. In fact, is it at Mischief Maker on TikTok as well?
It is. I can tell you 1 second. Sorry,
right?
I'm checking my phone. I'm pretty
TikTok,
sure it is.
People got smart and is it? I'm impressed.
It is Mischief Maker JKU for TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and then Mischief Maker TV for the good old YouTubes.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yep. Well, again, thank you so much for being here. I know I learned a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. For sure.
Great show. Thanks, Desiree, for hanging out. Really appreciate it. And that's it. We're done. We're out. We'll see everyone else next week. Next week it should be actually live from the off rodeo at Roush.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have some rowdy.
We're gonna have Synergy Scott's gonna come on.
Yes.
Oh,
we're just
good Lord, nothing but a good time with him.
Yeah, that's right.
We're gonna have lots of people.
I'm gonna make sure he's got a Dr. Pepper in his hand or something.
Of course. I'm gonna ask a million questions. I'll be on next week.
Yes. I love it. Okay. Well, again, thanks for being here.
Yeah,
thanks everyone, and we'll see you next week.